You are doing it really, sir.
Okay, my objective will be fulfilled, Deepak, when we we create developers here, and I want to see people coming out of this place and create big empires in Web3. And we proudly say that, okay, look, he was from cohort, IBC Media, IBC CP.
Absolutely, sir. I mean, nothing better than that for all the effort that you've put.
Yeah, I think Mario
People
wants to say
coming.
something. Yeah.
Can I say something, sir? Yeah, definitely. So, requesting Deepak to just add Mario as well for his comments, and then we'll start with the session after that.
Yeah.
Yes, Mario, you can unmute and speak, bro.
Mario, your voice is not so clear.
Yeah, but your voice is a bit
1 minute,
choppy.
sir. Can you hear me now?
No, we
Sir, can you
still.
hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, Mario. How are you, buddy?
Yes, I'm doing fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yes, I am also good. Thank you.
Actually, you had asked about I just want to stress on this point for everyone. That is why I thought I could say it instead, because you were asking me what is my thought on success in every way. Like I was actually typing that and I couldn't answer you quickly, so acting as a participant and I couldn't talk right. So that is why I just used the opportunity. It's nothing, sir. Like, from my experience, like it is not like we can maybe like we can find a team here as in sense of a project to work on, and internship and as an educational space. But in literally in real life, if you have to work in a real-time project or in any entrepreneurship level and have people around you, I'm telling you that number one thing, it comes from inspiration. Number two, it builds on trust. Number three, it that happen. And if you have to show that real level of success, you have to be a person who will act as a true leader, and that only comes from failures. You have to be ready to fail, like Thomas Alva Edison, like thousands of bulbs breaking every time. You have to be ready to take all those failures, still not give up, because the worst thing that you can show to your enemy is an attitude of not giving up. He should not feel tired of beating you up. He should feel tired of making you not giving up. And that is a place where you become a successful person. Maybe I say that that enemy will be inspired by you and join you in your process of success. And that is my thought of
Absolutely.
success, sir.
Absolutely, Mario. No, I could not have agreed more on this. That giving up should be the last resort. Like Abhishek also says all the time, that don't give up today, give up tomorrow. And I think the world is full of challenges. Like I always say that complex things are not achieved by easy effort. I mean, complex things need complex effort, hard effort. So if you are getting something pretty easily, then I think you are not on a right path. I think you should be challenging yourself every now and then. Uh, setting up ambitious targets. Your target should be as big so that people laugh about it. I think are you a laughable person? Then only I think you are going in the right direction. So I think I definitely agree with you. With that thoughts, I have got a comment from Karthik. When we think about millions of people without expecting anything, we get millions of successive rewards. Absolutely, Karthik, very true. uh, you know what, I was reading somewhere that this ecosystem is in behaves in such a way that you do something and leave that, this comes back to you in one way or the other. And there are so many instances of that where you kind of keep doing stuff for others, and those things will come back to you in some form or the other. So I personally believe in this. I'm not sure whether how many of you do, but I definitely believe that do as much as you can, and make this world a better place. So thank you, Mario.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you. Of course, long time couldn't see you. 2 weeks felt like 2 years.
Yeah, we'll meet in some big forum where you will be presenting your $1 billion idea, and I would be clapping, sitting in the audience for you.
Sure, sir. By God's grace, sure, sir. So,
Absolutely. So let me hand over the mic to
oh,
my friend and
yeah.
colleague Deepak Singh.
Thank you, Deepak, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Mario.
It's always great to hear you, bro. And obviously Dinesh also, and a lot of other students who have, shared their feedbacks and comments in this wonderful Q&A we just had. So today's agenda, will move on to that. Obviously Praveen sir is here, and we will be talking about the sponsor tracks and a little bit diving deep into what they have in store for us, because uh, the education program is framed in such a way that you start with module one, then you learn the tech basics in module one, then you come onto the technical aspects of the blockchain in module two, and then you start working on the sponsor tracks where you dive deep into what is expected, like, as a developer, what all you need to do. We'll be working parallelly in that arena with you. So to make sure that everything goes smooth, you need to understand what is being offered by the sponsors, what are the challenges that they might be throwing at you, and what solutions that you would be looking for. So what you will do is, as you take and grab everything that Praveen sir will be talking about here in next uh, 45 an hour or more, depending upon how much time we have. At the same time, what I would request all of you to do is that keep taking notes as much as possible. The questions, keep putting down the questions that you would want us to address. So what happens is that you're not left behind, because when we are talking about sponsor challenges, you also need to understand that to build on these platforms, you will need to know and understand how the platform, how their blockchain works, right? So make sure that you take down your notes, you take down your questions, however basic, however simple they might be. On that note, wish you all the best. And have a happy session. Praveen sir, we're requesting you to take the conversation ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Deepak. So let me do a little backtracking. We started a couple of days back, and we of course gave you the structure of the program, and we also highlighted the importance of being inclusive in the program, being active in the program, because we think that that is one of the most important parameters for success. Now, we also try to go a little deeper into the introduction of the technology. Of course, it is very complex. In fact, like Dinesh was talking, Mario was talking, in fact, I was able to, cover this aspect in, Alt Tech Chennai as well. And I did this yesterday also, day before yesterday also. While we go into the next few sessions, I would still try to steal out some time from Deepak Singh, and I will try to cover a few aspects which I think would help you when you start building your project to the extent possible. In fact, that will be pretty helpful, and I believe I definitely would want to do that, subject to the time availability. Having said that, what you are on a journey right now is very important. We have talked about the internship. An internship is one of the things which is not only a certificate, but that is a testimonial to your ability to do some real work. Now, why is that important? Because many people, may go and do some certification programs from some other, industry available tools and websites. But then what really differs here is that we are merging the education with building. And that is a very unique thing, which I believe nobody other does it. And we are trying to, make that model, and we see that model working. And we are pretty sure that while you complete your internship, you will be already industry ready, and you will be up for, quite interesting opportunities, either in the job market or yourself being on the path of becoming an entrepreneur who is ready to go and make changes to this world, right? So this internship is very important. What is also important is that during this period of your internship, We are very thankful to our sponsors who work with us very closely, especially Polkadot. Polkadot being our headline sponsor. We also have other sponsors such as Chingari. You may have heard of Chingari and Unique Network. Unique Network is a subsystem in Polkadot who have their own set of rules, or you say the different environment altogether, trying to do things in a very different way, and they are also having some challenge. So what I will do today is that I will take you through some of the internship project requirements, and also along this process, if you are doing your job properly, of course there is a lot of rewards up for grab. Now, while I say that, I also know that Deepak Singh is working on creating helping you all make teams, form teams, and I would let Deepak drive that if there are any issues which you need his help with. So he will help you on that. But the requirement is that we need to have a team of 3 people. And once we have this team of all of you, getting into a team, then we work with our sponsors and then we assign you a specific, sponsor to work for. Now, there are different sponsors, as I said, and, you will have assignment from IBC Media Plus sponsor to work on a specific sponsor challenge. Okay, so that keep in mind. And again, you will get to hear more on that from Deepak Singh. Now, let's start with Chingari. How many of you have heard of Chingari? This is called TikTok of India. After TikTok was not allowed in India, Chingari started as a Web2 company, and they definitely have decentralized them in last few months or years time, and they are basically one of the most prominent social media platform right now, and you definitely should look at them, follow them. What they really have, and of course they are partnering with us, they have a specific set of challenges which they want people to kind of build on. Now, in our Chennai Alt Hack, there were some people who have already been assigned this track sponsor, and those data points are already available with us, and Deepak Singh will, of course, he's consolidating all those things with his team. There will be few more people who will be assigned this sponsor. So all these data points should be completed within next few days once we have the team formation data done. Okay. Now, if you look at the name of the challenge from Chingari is Chingari Checorism, and you can look at technical algorithm. It really has come from that. I want to thank my team, Priscilla, who helped me in coming up with this name. So it is all her creativity. What really the Chingari Checorism has challenges in 3 stages. Okay. These stages are progressively complex, and they really have been made in such a way that you are not exposed to, or you are not asked to build something very complex on day one, because that's not feasible. And for doing things in different stages, you will be required to follow a particular process. Now, Deepak Singh will also be coming to you while you are forming your team. You will be setting up a wallet. If you remember, Avinash from Nitro Network yesterday, he shared with you the concept of wallet, what exactly a wallet, and how do you set that up. So similar to that, Chingari has its own wallet, and once you create your wallet, you will have to register that wallet with IBC Media, so that we are in a position to reward you if you complete a particular stage. So Deepak Singh, please take note of this.
Yes.
Yeah. So different stages as I talked about. Let me go through a little detail in that. So if you look at stage 1 for Chingari, and again, this will be applicable to everybody who will be assigned the Chingari sponsor. there are different tasks in a particular stage. And once you complete all these tasks, then you will be entitled for some prize bounty. Now, one thing you have to take note that you are on your way to getting your internship when you complete all these stages for Chingari. So, for completing simple things such as what I am showing you right now, the first 10 successful submissions from the teams, each team will be rewarded with some amount which is mentioned here, around 4,100 rupees. And this, of course, these are the prizes which are coming your way for doing something which is a part of your internship project, right? So you're not doing something which is not a part of your project, but then during so you need to be, once we start building, so all these things will be done when you start getting into the building phase. But then this is for your information right now. Now, once somebody completes stage 1, and then that team moves on to stage 2. Stage 2 is a little more complex than stage 1. And once you accomplish these tasks in stage 2, such as creating an airdrop, fetching the balance of a particular wallet, right, by by specifying the wallet address, etc., etc., then first few submissions, such as 13 here, they will be these teams will be giving some reward, such as 6,100 plus rupees. Now, again, this is part of your journey that you are, even if, say, for example, somebody who comes 14th, who finishes his 14th, he may not, or this team may not get 6,000, but then you are still continuing with your internship and you are eligible for stage 3. It doesn't mean that if you are not getting in stage 1, then you could expedite, you could work hard, and you can get in stage 2. For example, if you don't get in stage 2, you have to, and you are not in the first 13 teams, but you still can work hard and come back in stage 3, where you will be getting some money here, right? Once you complete this stage 3, then of course people who have completed, all of those people who have completed this stage 3, they will be eligible for the internship certificate, and all these things will be reviewed by the judges. Now, these judges typically will be coming from a sponsor, and IBC Media team may also be part of that. But typically, there will be some acceptance criteria for the project that you submit. Okay. Now let me go to some of the resources, and my team will be sharing with you all these resources, so that this will be handy for all the people who will be assigned the sponsor Chingari. Now, the very interesting thing is that while you work on a specific thing, the basic premise of Web3 still remains the same, whether you work in Chingari or whether you are assigned the unique network or you are assigned Polkadot, does not matter. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the way you develop a Web3 application is very similar. The only thing is that the environment is different and you are working in a different setup there. Okay. Now, let me go to the next protocol, that is Unique Network. They are our, the honorable sponsor, and they're a blockchain, where you can do many things, such as you can create marketplaces, games, and dApps, NFTs. You can do anything here. Okay. And this is Parachain for Polkadot. Now, they also have their challenges exactly streamlined in the same way. The total prize pool we are talking about here is in the range of 8 lakhs plus. And they have given some challenge, such as in stage 1, you will be minting with their wallet. Now, they are pretty simple task, but what they are doing here is they're exposing you to the process, right? And if you do a particular stage, you will be getting exposure to several things in the Web3, first of all, and then, of course, to be able to do this, you will have to understand several things, right? And if you are one of the first 20 successful submissions, your team, then you will be getting a prize in the pool of 4108. Now, this will be applicable for everybody who is part of who has been assigned the unique network sponsor. So again, keep looking for the information from Deepak Singh. Once Deepak Singh has got this information from a sponsor and IBC Media team, then Deepak will be sharing all these information to you. Now, once you've done stage 1, then you go to the next stage, which is stage 2, and here it will be little complex. Now, what they're saying here that in the first stage you were creating NFTs. Now, in the second stage, you create some collections, and you can start with the collection, and you can keep your the images what you use in an NFT on IPFS, and we talked about IPFS yesterday. One thing that I again request all of you that when we talk about something, it is not possible, guys, to go too deep in any subject in the limited time of 1 hour, 1.5 hours that we have. But then I would definitely request you and expect you to go deeper into these things. Do your self study. You are all smart people. I think you definitely need to go deeper, understand the relevance part we can cover here. But then how does IPFS work? How do they split the file? Where all they do keep, and how exactly, what is the possibility of losing the file? Then what exactly the pinning service there, right? There are so many economic platforms, ecosystems that have come up, based on the IPFS model. So all those things, you have to go deeper into that and become an expert in that subject. Okay. In fact, I want you to know any subject that I am kind of trying to cover and our experts are covering. We want you to become better in those subjects than us. That's what is my at least request. Now, if you look at this here, so in the range of 24,000 here, it will be provided to in stage 2 here. And there will be first 10 submissions which will be eligible for this reward. Then we go to stage 3, where they will be Unique has asked you to bundle these tokens and create some infrastructure there. Now this will be the most advanced requirement for you. For this, you should have completed your stage 1 and a stage 2, and stage 3 is dependent on that. In fact, we were talking to Unique Protocol yesterday, and they are pretty excited about working with all of you, and we will be having some sessions from these sponsors. Once our module 2 the Rust part is done, we will be calling them and speaking to all of you directly. So you will be getting a lot of insights from these people directly, and you will be pretty thrilled to understand what exactly they are trying you to work on. Now the stage 3 is little advanced, as I said. So first 3 successful submissions will be eligible for around 1,64,000 rupees in submission, subject to your success submission being accepted by the jury panel. And of course, this stage 3 completion will also qualify you for your internship certificate. Now imagine if you have already got an internship certificate from Unique Network or Chingari, what are your chances of getting hired? It's fantastic. So while these amounts may vary for different sponsors, what you really have to keep in mind, the skill that you are building, the internship that you are gaining here, and at the end of the day, the skill upskilling that you are doing to yourself. Again, some resources here. Our team will share with you all these resources. Now let's come to the third one, which is Polkadot HackMPulse. Now this is a sponsor again, as you all of you know. Polkadot is our headline sponsor, and Polkadot, all of you have been briefed about this by myself, Deepak Chaudhary yesterday, that Polkadot is a layer 0 protocol, which really solves 2 problems primarily. One is the scalability, and of course interoperability. And of course, with all these things, they have very strong premise of the security. They are one of the key protocols in the industry today. And if you go and look at blockchain and Web3, you can never miss Polkadot. That is for sure. There are different tracks in this themes in this track, such as you could build solutions in interfaces, experiences, Web3 tooling. There are several tooling possibilities which are making the life of developers and users easier. You could build something. You could build something in DAO. You could build something in DeFi. You can build something in NFT. There are different themes which are there. You could choose any theme. One thing that you have to understand that Polkadot challenges are a little different from the other two, because other two the other two tracks or sponsors, they have given their very specific challenge. There's still some openness there, but Polkadot is a little more open oriented, because uh, what we are saying here is the stage one. At the beginner stage, you need to whoever whichever team is being assigned the Polkadot sponsor, as communicated by us to you in few days, and the project that you are building, you will need to come up with the full architecture of your project, and you will work very closely with Deepak Chaudhary. We will help you do that, by the way, but then you will have to own that. You have to create and set up your substrate ecosystem. You have to integrate all the palettes that align to your project to find out which palettes do you really want. And again, we will be getting deeper into all of these. You need to have your account created on Polkadot if required. Now, if you are doing these things, then I will talk about the reward later. The stage two is coding, where you go and create your palettes, smart contracts, what exactly you need. Define test cases. Benchmark should be done with respect to performance, right? And if you really need to go and connect with some oracles, if you connect with some storage such as IPFS and others, you have to be finding out those things. And once you have done with this, we will be coming up with, by the time we start your build process, we'll make it a little more concrete. But I wanted to share with you what exactly we are thinking right now. Then you will be completing your stage two, and all these will be approved by a panel, which will evaluate the project subject to some acceptance criteria shared with you. Now, the level three, stage three is advanced, where you have implementing all the tools, which are storage oracles. Because in stage two you created a smart contract. In stage three you will be going and implementing all these things, and there will be a lot of things which you will need to know about that. So for all these stage three, either you will be given a lot of information from our side, but also we will expect you to do some reading, some study, some hard work. Once you're done with all these things, then you go and do the integration testing, and then build the minimum front end that you really need for this. And finally, you connect your chain to the front end. Now, once you are done with all these three stages, right, the price bounties are mentioned here. So in Polkadot, the first 500 teams, again, subject to the approval from the jury panel, every team will be able to get 4,000 rupees, for successful completion of their project. And we have around 20 lakhs rupees here to be won by all of you. Once you complete your second stage, then there will be 103 teams here who will be entitled, subject to the project acceptance by the jury panel. The team will be getting 25,000 rupees for successfully completing, and the total prize bounty getting to 25 lakhs over. And the last is the advanced stage, where once you have completed that, each team will be qualifying for 80,000 rupees, and all these things are converted to as the current conversion rate that we have right now, maybe a few rupees here and there, but in approximately in the same range. So I'm pretty hopeful, and I'm pretty positive that while you are completing your different stages of your assignment, you are definitely progressing towards earning your internship certificates. But at the same time, you are also having an opportunity to earn these prize bounties. One thing you have to keep in mind, that all these prizes will be given to you at a later stage. For example, stage one, once you complete, and after that you get into stage two. Once you complete your stage two process, then you will be getting stage one prize. Why? Because we definitely want you to continue building in this, and we want you to earn as much as possible here. That is where we want to continue having your to continue having your attention here. So the prizes will be distributed at the later stage for the previous stage. Okay. And I definitely, on behalf of IBC Media, I want to definitely tell you that these are fantastic prize amounts to be won, along with the skill building process that you guys are doing right now. Okay. Now, Let me go to the next one. Some of the resources that you can use. There are fantastic, so much of resource which really will make your life easier, but you will have to consume these resources. Our team will be sharing with you all these information pieces. I'll definitely skip them for now. Uh, so far what we have done basically is that we have looked at the three sponsors, and you look at the volume of the the resource material that you are having available with you now. So what we have done so far, we have seen that the team formation is in progress. Once the team formation is confirmed by Deepak Singh and team, we will be assigning you sponsors. And once you have been, while that process continues, parallelly, we will start training you on Rust, and you will start working on the Rust framework. We will have fantastic lineup of sessions in which we will be helping you understand, but then we also would expect you to do some some work in the backend, so that you get what exactly. And once these sessions are done, you are ready for building, right? That's very important. And parallelly, once you start building, by the time your ideas should be complete, you should definitely, the way people who have attended the all hacks on ground, they will understand what I'm saying here, that you will need to come up with ideas, and Deepak Singh will again guide you on that. Once the team is done, then we will be expecting you to submit your wallet at the time when it is opportune, and then we will have you start building the process, right? Now, once we are done with all these things, then the next thing is that, of course, if you are done with these three stages successfully, you are entitled for this internship certificate, which will be extremely valuable for establishing your credentials in this space. It's very, very important. These certificates are highly valued certificate from the from the hireability perspective, from the perspective of you becoming industry ready. But apart from that, now if you really see the last stage where we saw that 10 teams are coming out of basically 10 teams are coming out of 33 teams are getting in the last stage of Polkadot. They can they will be completing their stage 3 projects. But then out of those 33 projects, there is we have something called DevPreneur grants. Now these grants are for promoting the businesses which are worthy of being called a startup. Okay. Now, if your team qualifies, again, we will be coming up with exact acceptance criteria here. And of course, like in earlier cases, these will be reviewed by a jury panel consisting of IBC and Polkadot. But more importantly, once if you are of that merit, okay, you will be qualifying for 5 lakhs of DevPreneur grants. A total distribution which IBC Media will do here along with Polkadot will be 50 lakhs rupees for top 10 teams who will be who will be developing, who will be qualifying for this grant. Now this is something which is a fantastic opportunity for all of you to be able to continue these stages. Maybe in stage 1 you do something, stage 2 you do something, stage 3 you do something in different tracks, and finally you come here and you are eligible for this. Now this stage is for building entrepreneurship, and in total we are distributing, IBC Media is distributing several rewards and grants to make your journey interesting, to make your journey rewarding, and of course skill building being one of the most important things here. We are also rewarding you in by monetizing it, right? Now even once you are done that, now the next team is a little more exciting here, that this will be this is something which we are calling globally funded startups. Now the 10 teams who won from the Polkadot track in the previous slide that I showed, this globally funded startups could be people who are not even from these 10, but they have built something which is very, very interesting. And this could be applicable to people who are not from this 10 earlier slide selection, but they should be building on Polkadot. If they are building on Polkadot, and even if somebody, once you have completed your assignment in a particular sponsor track, if you want to build something in Polka, you can come and build here. The first prize, the champion prize, is basically pretty heavy. It's around 41 lakhs rupees. The first runner-up is 28.75 lakhs, and the second runner prize is 12.32. Of course, these prize amounts will not be easy to get, so you will have to work extremely hard towards these things. But if your idea is valuable, if you really have done things in the right way, if you have followed the principle, if you have been sensitive towards attending, because when we look at it, we will be looking at everything, right? And we will be looking at the quality of your startup, the value that it creates, the impact that it makes, and then of course, if the jury decides that no, you qualify for any of these prizes, you get that. Okay. Now, the last but not the least is basically we have something called Super 30. Now, the Super 30 is basically out of everything that we have talked so far, we will be identifying the Super 30, the top 30 developers. And of course, like I said earlier, we will be giving you some criteria, exact criteria, how exactly do we select you at the end of this building phase. And some examples, what I could think of right now basically is mandatory participation. And I think, like I was talking earlier, that one CP may not be enough for you to get that, control, because it's a little complex subject. So we would expect you to be part of 3 IBC hackathons, for example. Now this could change, but right now I am giving you my thought process right now. Active participation index, very, very important. High student development leaderboard score. So we will be coming up with a leaderboard score very soon. I will be sharing with you something there based on various things that we think which are important for your success. We will be creating a leaderboard and we will be showing that leaderboard, at various places. We will be exposing this leaderboard to our sponsors, to the potential hirers, so that if they find you, interesting, if they find you, ultra talented, you already have all those doors open for you. So these are some of the things that we are right now doing in the back end right now, in the product. Of course, you need to be complying to the program protocols. As you know, we are capturing your attendance. You need to be very careful that you don't change your email ID. If you change your email ID, then your attendance will not be counted. So whatever email ID with which you have registered, please make sure that you join the program with the same email ID. And of course, the attendance part, the active participation part, the quiz performance part, participation in a quiz part, all these things are going to be very important. And finally, of course, the successful tab building, what has been your effort in that, right? So with all these things, we will be having a very special focus on these people in terms of providing them training, hand holding, internship, dedicated internship, and I don't want to quote a number here, but extremely high paying placement. And we think that unless you do all these things that we are talking about, you will not be able to get there, right? That is where we are putting some stringent conditions here as to who do we find, who do we qualify, who qualifies for that, opportunity. In fact, I feel excited when I see some people who are joining this program right now from the last CEP. They are already on their paths to, one of the Super 30s. But then, of course, there are several parameters you need to be, I struggle sometimes that when I ask people, when my team asks people to kind of go and submit their presentations, they take time. Okay, of course, there are so many other engagements, I agree. But this thing, the journey that you are on, this journey is going to be extremely important. And believe me, guys, whoever is focused here, whoever is attentive here, whoever is trying to do something seriously here, those people, they will be going out of this program with both of their hands full. Very, very important aspect. So my only request to all of you is to take these things seriously, work on this, and make sure that you take the best out of this. IBC Media, and like on the as the leadership team of IBC Media, I want to ensure you, or I want to tell you that we definitely have several offers on plate here, but all these commitments are going to be two-sided. It cannot be only from IBC Media, it cannot be only from the sponsors, but it has to be equally from your side. And when I talk to sponsors, I can tell you our sponsors are more than excited working with you, but you will have to show that excitement as well, because ultimately it is about you, it is not about anybody else, right? So I think Deepak Singh, with these things, I'm kind of done from my side what I wanted to present today, and wanted to speak to people. So this is our Discord server. If you have not joined, please do join this, and Deepak Singh will talk more on this. That's pretty much Deepak from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. So I'm sure that a lot of context that would have been missing with respect to the sponsors and team members, then you would have got it. So there are a few questions. Most of them we have already answered in chat, but a couple that I would want you to take a hit on. So one is from Naman Mehta. I have been selected for the Chingari track. Can I opt for open innovation since there are only specific tasks in the Chingari track?
No, I think we will see when we assign a particular track to somebody, we definitely don't do in isolation. We definitely work in the background, and ideally speaking, we would not like you to change your track right now. And if you can make your request to Deepak Singh, but that cannot be, I think, guaranteed, because I think we have limited number of tracks, across limited number of positions in all these tracks. So when these tracks are assigned, then they are done with some calculations in mind, along with the sponsors. I mean, it's not like we can do something very independently here.
Right. So adding to that, Praveen sir, like we have already discussed the agenda, like if there are certain vacancies left in any particular track, then we might reach out to you. I mean, we reach out to all of them because many of the people might have want to change the track or not. So that's not how exactly we proceed. But if there are any vacancies in any particular track, then we will keep it open for everybody to just come in, and then that could be a first come first basis. But the chances for that to happen, so work on the track that you have been given as of now. Then
Absolutely,
we have
yeah.
Mario Francis saying what sir is teaching is for Chingari sponsored students.
Sorry.
Question mark. So he wants to know whether what you are teaching is for Chingari sponsored students only. I mean, the track specific students only.
So yeah, so if you really see, Chingari is also a Rust based system. So the way we have structured our program is basically we start with Rust, and once we have covered the Rust part, again Deepak Singh will be sharing with you all this information via Discord. Once we have covered the Rust part, then we go into specific tracks. So the 3 tracks that we're talking about, Polkadot, of course, is Rust based, Wasm based. Unique is also Rust based, and Chingari is also Rust based, if you really see. So once we have done this Rust training, after that we will be covering specifics with respect to those 3 environments, and that is where I was talking about. You would have access to resources. You will also have we are arranging talks from these sponsors directly. If there are any specific questions that you want to ask, maybe we can arrange that. We will arrange that basically. So there are sessions planned so that you can go and do your complete your project in that track.
Right.
Deepak?
So, sir, yeah, just for re-emphasis and clarification, because this is a question that everybody has been asking. So, the people who have been allotted tracks and the price pool that we have in front of, it's independent, right? Can you just once again explain the entire thing?
Yeah, so the prize pool, what you are seeing in a particular, so there are 2 parts here. One is the internship part, internship completion. Second is the price. So internship completion happens for all the tracks when you complete the stage, last stage, 3rd stage, right? Now, apart from that, different sponsors, they have their own prize pool when certain number of people, they are completing a particular step. Okay, so now those prize pools are different. The people who are assigned Chingari track, they will be eligible for the prize reward in the Chingari track. People who are building who have been assigned the unique network, they will be qualifying for the unique network prize. And the people who are assigned the Polkadot, they will be getting the price from Polkadot. Now, you may find that no, Polkadot has got more number of people, but then that doesn't matter because there will be more people working in Polkadot. So ultimately, at the end of the day, these things balance that, and ultimately, we should be looking at internship and the reward that a particular sponsor has promised here. If that makes sense, Deepak.
Yes, absolutely, sir. So one follow-up question on the same. So when we talk about this has been track and challenge specific question. The other question is, let's say, regarding the internship, right? Once they complete the internship. So what is the relation between the track that has been given, that is given or has been given or will be given to particular student versus, with respect to the internship project that they will be building on?
So that's what. So internship, say for example, if you choose a project in Polkadot, and once you do stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, you automatically qualify for internship subject to your project being accepted, right? Now, 2 people can go and qualify for their internship building 2 different projects. Similar to that, people who have been given the sponsor of Chingari, once they complete their 3 steps, they will also be qualifying for the internship. So there is no relation between these 2 tracks. They all will be hitting their internship subject to their individual sponsor related activity completion.
Perfect. So in short, if you have been allotted a track, in that track, you have to come and complete the challenges and do the project that has been asked by the sponsor. And if you have
Yes.
not been allotted a track as of now, we will be allotting the track, and then the same condition comes and applies on you. Right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so let me just scan. So Mario Francis, sir, I want to create something like Aadhaar card sort of database manager for specific. Should I use DAO and governance? Can you explain DAO? So Mario, we will be getting into all these subjects later on. As of now, we want to just strictly focus on this. And obviously, when you talk about your project, we will be working with you and helping you frame your project and what are the whatever challenges you might be facing with your project and the feasibility of its implementation when we come to module 3, right? And if you want to discuss more on the same, then definitely feel free to drop us a query on Discord, and then we'll add more to that. So Dinesh Chaudhary, sir, I have a doubt. If anyone is building the same project, then what can we do, sir? I mean, we have already addressed it before. Same people building similar projects is never a problem because the endpoint is always different with respect to what you want to do. But Praveen, sir, you want to add something more to that?
So I think we would definitely want you to be as unique as possible in the sense that come up with the ideas. So we help you think of the ideas. And in fact, I have spoken to many of you, most of you in Chennai as well, and Visakhapatnam also, in Hyderabad also. Try to think of solving some unique problem. In the case where you basically are trying to do something, 2 people doing exactly similar, I think typically that situation should not arise, but there could be close proximity to the 2 ideas. I'm not denying it, but then once you start, say for example, you come up with 20 ideas as a team or 50 ideas as a team, and once you discuss with our team, Deepak Chaudhary, for example, and Deepak Chaudhary has got an idea about all the teams which are building, right? So we'll try to make it as distinct and discrete as possible. But then it may happen at the end of the day that 2 people are working on similar idea. I'm not too against that, but let's try to be as unique as possible. That's what is my simple answer at this point in time, Deepak. Deepak, you are there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was speaking on mute. The other question was that can we take a member from our college who hasn't registered as a team member? Yes, you can definitely do that. So as discussed earlier, in case you're joining for the first time, but let's address the first question, first part of the question. If you can add a member who's from your college and not registered. So not registered member, you can definitely add, but you need to understand that any person that you have in your team needs to be of help to you when you're doing a project, right? So first thing that I would suggest you to do is ask them to start attending the session so that they are not lost and they are not, overwhelmed with the information that we once we reach on to the module 2 end or module 3 beginning, right? So try to get them to participate in the sessions here and try to get them share with them the YouTube links of previous sessions. Second part is registering the teams, and let's say tomorrow you want to update your team members. So that we will discuss once again with the platform that we have. We'll address the question there also. Okay, let me see if there are any
So Deepak,
more.
I think just one
Yes, sir.
point on this, that it is important for all the team members to be part of the program. Otherwise, I think you won't really, unless somebody says, no, I am already an expert in that, then of course you can directly try in the big startup program of 5 lakhs or 40 lakhs. You can always do that. But I think it is very important to go through this process. So even if you can invite, if you have somebody from your college who is good, you think, be have them part of the IBC CP. That definitely we would expect.
Absolutely. Can we take a moment? Okay, so we have already addressed it. While registering, show the last name must be 2 characters. What should I enter there? Last name must be 2 characters. I don't know, sir or ma'am. I don't exactly know what you're discussing, but we'll just go through the platform once again. All right.
Mhm.
So let me just, sir, my question is what should be a team size? Skip, I think you are fairly late to the discussion here. It's like, okay, that's a old saying. So bro, the team size has to be a member of, you need to have a 3-member team and you need to register it on our platform. We'll discuss that right away, right now. So guys, I've
Mhm.
shared the WhatsApp link and Discord link for you to join the CEP, right? You need to do that right away. A lot of you who don't have a team member or, are looking for another team to join, just go and drop a chat, drop a query on our Discord server and we'll figure it for you. We'll try to figure it out for you. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, where am I? Yeah. So yeah, so this is where this is the link that you have to go to for registering. Let me just share it in the chat box. Register yourself and your team here. Now, the first question that I will address right now is who all have to do it. The answer is 1 member in the team will be registering it. Now, second question would be if I'm a single member or I have or we are 2-member team or I'm looking for a team, then should I register? So even if you are 1-member team, I mean 1-person team, you want other members, you're looking for other members, then you should definitely register because that's how we'll get the data. I'll just show you how that works. So first of all, if you have not been part of the yesterday's discussion, then first thing you need to do is go to this link that I've already shared in the chat box and sign up, right? Signing up is extremely simple. You just go put your email address and verify email address and then start with the login, right? Now, I already have a login, so I'll just go and.
So Deepak, I will have
Yes,
to
sir.
join one customer meeting. So can I leave now? You can.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Once again, thank you for taking out the time. And
Yeah,
yes,
thank
sir.
you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you
continue.
all of you, and lovely to have all of you here. Please take this seriously and get the best out of it. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining once again. Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, after you sign up, you verify your email and then you log in, right? So this is where you log in and we are inside. And guys, keep throwing questions regarding team and the form submission. Just we'll address it. So continuing Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary's question, in order to get internship, the ideas of the team should be different. A sentence of similar meeting has been uttered by Honorable CEO, Mr. So as per this sentence, would one of the teams wouldn't get internship in a scenario? Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, see, obviously, if you have an idea, you are completely free to build on it. Nobody is going to stop you. It's just about the uniqueness of the idea. If let's say if you have a vision with the idea that you have in mind, and somebody else might have a similar idea, and the third person, or let's say a dozen people have a similar idea, but you have to understand that you have to believe in your vision, right? You have to work on your own project that you have in mind. It could be similar, but you have to try to be unique. I mean, that's what, if there's something already out there which is being used by a lot of people, and you are trying to just do the same thing without adding any other value to it, then it kind of makes no point to do that, right? But if you want to do it, if you have something else planned in a similar project, then why not? And in any case, let's say you, even if you want to build a simple project which is similar to hundreds and thousands of others out there, it's totally fine. You can do that. I mean, that's totally up to you, but try to be unique in what you're doing. And internship is not something that we are stopping. Internship is proportional to the fact that you build a blockchain project with IBC Media. If you are doing that, it doesn't matter. You have done a similar project, your friends are doing a similar project. It's just that once you or your team members together, once you and your team members together build a project, blockchain project, you will be eligible for internship certificate. I hope that I answered that. For first 20 successful summit, team only get internship certificates. For first 20 so 20 successful submissions is basically around 150 people, and 60-70 people, and we have limited number of seats for each of these tracks, right? So you have to understand that the ratio of people who will be getting who have access to, let's say, Unique and Chingari is very limited number. So you don't have to worry about a 20 successful submissions, right? That's a team submission, and that number goes to 60. Can I get Discord link? Yes, sir. I have already, sir, ma'am, I have put it in the chat. Let me put it once again. WhatsApp and Discord, please join. All the members should register in that website, or one person in Team Canada. So one person should register, because otherwise it's just duplication of data. I'll show you, for example, let's go from the start. This is where you enter your personal details, right? It's name, email, phone number. Make sure the phone number is filled, otherwise you might not be able to move forward. And then I am a developer. I've chosen that. So once you have chosen it, it won't change. So try to, be cautious over here. Country, your state, your city, and obviously the social links if you want to put in. It's always good to put the GitHub link and Discord link, because it helps us reach out to you in case we need it, right? Then we have professional details. So name of your organization, this is where you will put your college. Let's say I put VIT Hyderabad just for the sake of it. Domain, it could be education. I am in an education domain. You could be your idea. You can choose an idea, or you can choose your current education. So it could be around IT, gaming. I mean, it's totally up to you. Logistics and supply chain also is a very big thing in blockchain. So if it could be similar to your idea, it could be similar to your education right now. So you can choose that accordingly. Technology is where in blockchain right now. Your idea could be based on AI ML also, but then the center part is blockchain, and AI ML is just an additional aspect of it. I mean, the projects that we will be working on, but you can feel free to choose any other as well. Total years of experience, it's totally up to you. If you're a newbie, you can put 0. It's totally fine. We are all learning here. If you have, let's say, a couple of years of experience in whatever language you have, it's totally up to you how you want to take this question in your head. Okay, there are a couple more questions. All the members should register. Okay, when the sponsor will be assigned to us, and by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll be getting back to you. In case you have not been assigned a sponsor already, right? So make sure that you are connected on Discord and WhatsApp, because that's where the information will be shared. Skills page is where you'll just mention the skills that you have. And so one of the most important things about this, is my screen visible properly? Can you guys look at it nicely? I haven't asked that question. Just can someone just respond? Yes. Okay, fine. Thanks, Mati. Thanks, Maria. So, yeah. So we are talking about, okay, one person is saying, sir, it's saying username is not found. Okay, just make sure that all the data that you have put is accurate, I mean, it will work absolutely fine if the data has been, if the information that you're putting is valid, and just make sure that you tick the, the terms and conditions box. Okay, I want to address something very important right now, is the number of team members that you have, right? So you have to understand that you have to focus on 3-member teams, okay? And if you have, let's say, 2 members, so this is what you need to focus on, right? So here's an option called solo hacker who doesn't need a team. Now, this is applicable to only those people who are participating directly in our hackathons, right? We right now, as of now, the people who are present here and other students who will be joining us are all students who are, as of now, learning to code in blockchain, and later on they will, I mean, obviously you'll be given a track, but then once you learn blockchain, then in module 3, you will start building on a project, right? So this doesn't come in your scenario. This is for all those developers who are currently developing on one of our hackathons, or trying to sort the challenges out there, right? So we have to focus on these 3 elements out here. So one is solo hacker looking for a team. So as I discussed, as I said before, if you are a single member and you don't have other team members, then you should choose this option, right? So what will happen is we will get this data. Let's say Mr. or Miss X has chosen solo hacker looking for a team. Now, once we see the data, there will be multiple other people who have chosen this option, right? So we will try to connect you guys for you to form a team. So make sure that you do that if you are a 1-member team. Now, if you are a hacker with a team, right? So this means that you are a 3-member team, right? So you can just click here and you are safe, right? You are a 3-member team and then you are done with it. Now, if this option is hacker, now the third option that you have to focus on is the hacker with a team recruiting more members. What does this mean? Let's say if you are 1 member, we have already discussed. This is, if you are, this will be applicable if you are 2-member team, right? So you would be needing more members to recruit in your team. So make sure you choose that. This is, see guys, you have to understand that friendship and trying to get your friends to work with you is fine. It's all good. But you have to understand the people that you need to have in your team are people who will be working with you the entire time, who are ready to put in their sweat and blood with you, right? So just be cautious on that. And I want to request all of you who may be a solo hacker or a hacker with a team or hacker with people trying to recruit more members, be honest here. This will make it easy for you and us as well to, it will be easy for us to help you guys connect and form a team. So just try to be honest here and we'll sort it out. Okay, let me just address a few more questions. So just FYI, guys, Discord and WhatsApp links has already been shared in the chat box. All members should register on the website of 1 member. We have addressed that. When the sponsor will be assigned, I have addressed that. How can I learn more about blockchain if I'm just a newbie? Okay, so that depends. First of all, if you are a newbie in IT itself, then first you'll have to go and learn the basics. But if you are already here, then as of now, we are doing the foundational, we're covering the foundational aspect of blockchain. So we are very much in the theory of it. Even in technical sessions, we'll be dealing with a lot of theory, but at the same time, we'll be also helping you code and build real code and, give you some testing and assignments where you'll be asked to use a brain to just solve some simple problems. So try to focus on the basics as of now and ask. And what I would suggest is just drop a query on our Discord server, asking if somebody could help you guide in a particular language that you want to start with. Let's say will be focusing on Rust and Substrate. So you can drop in a query on Discord asking if you want to learn and Substrate, what are the languages that you should start learning before you jump onto Rust and Substrate, right? So, I mean, if you want to solve a problem for yourself, then there are thousands of people on our Discord server. We have somewhere around, 3,000 plus. So you can just go and ask, and students are extremely helpful. I mean, you would be surprised how helpful they are. Sir, it's saying username is not found. Once again, just try to just make sure that all the information is correct that you have used. Otherwise, that kind of happens, and it also bugs me a lot. Sometimes I just miss some minor stupid things, and it troubles me a lot. So just try to make sure that all the information they have put is correct. How can I learn about blockchain if I'm a complete beginner? I've already addressed it. Where you guys are asking questions? Okay, so you can just put your question in the chat box, or you can just put your question on Q&A in this Zoom call. or in the Discord server if you have something more to discuss. Is it possible to change the team now? I'm already on a team during previous sessions. Yeah, you can change your team. Like if you have registered your team on the platform, then you can just go and change the name. I mean, add a team member or remove a team member. I mean, change the member or add a member for that matter. So I have given hacker with a team option, but in our team we have just 2 members. Okay, so that's not a problem. But have you chosen? I would ask you, have you chosen the when you say you have? Let me just go next and explain what I'm trying to say. So let's say the member count, right? So this is the exact number that where you have to put. So if you are 3 members, then you just put numbers. If you are 2, then you put the 2 number. I hope you have put the 2 members. So this is how we will be. We'll know that how many, whichever teams require how many members. So if you're a solo hacker, then obviously you'll be putting 1, right? Okay, so you start with team name. Let's say I would say Maverick IBC, right? Member count. Let's say I have 3 members, right? Let's say now I have to try to have 3 members, but as of now, if I have 1 or 2, then the IBC team will try to get you the 3rd member. But at the same time, what I will also suggest is drop a query on Discord, because you never know, people, you will find some of the other person who's looking for a team already. But it is compulsory for you to register yourself. If you don't have other team members, then make sure you register that and let us know that you are a 1-member team or a 2-member team. So how did you hear about this hackathon? Okay, so here are a couple of options. You can, if you have joined us from IBC, Althack Chennai or Hyderabad or Althack Vizag, then you can just opt for IBC Althack, or if you have connected with us through email, social media website, just choose that option. What is your primary motivation to participate in this hackathon? So a lot of chances over here, a lot of options over here you can choose for experience, networking, recruitment, incubation, others. I mean, it's totally up to you what you want to choose. Others, if you want to put, give us some comment, then you can definitely do that. I mean, with respect to the team foundation, let's say if you're looking for a team or something like that, if you want us to, if you want us to be notified with additionally, I mean, we already have got that covered, but if you want us to know something else, we'll definitely do that. Team details. Okay, so guys, what I have understood is a lot of times you are missing out the fact that you have to put add your team members, right? So once you say team member A, you put all these details, then you also have to add the second member name once you are done with it, right? So let's say I say A, I say 9 LinkedIn profile, right? So once I have added this team member, if let's say I have 2 team members, then I will add the team member. So the first one that I did, it has already been registered. Then you will do the second member's registration, right? P. Right? So, and if you have 3 members, then you will do the same 3 times. Okay. C, right? All right. So the point being that you have to enter 3 times your team member by clicking on add, by putting all the details. So that's how you will register your team members, and that's how we'll get the database to connect to each one of you. Because if you're just entering your name and your team name and just your details, then we won't be able to reach out to other members of your team for any communication, right? So you need to make sure that all your team members' names are added and their details have been added, right? Okay, so some of you have said that you have faced a problem with idea submission. So you don't have to go to this option, right? You don't have to go to proceed to idea submission. You just have to stick over here. And once you choose this option, so for example, we have already discussed it. If you have been given a track, choose the track that you have been given. If you have not been given a track, then make sure that you choose the track that you would want to be given, right? Then we will just check the data and then get back to you. So if you are here for the first time, here as in the IBC, you were not part of Althack Chennai, or you were not part of Althack Hyderabad or Vizag. If you don't have a track in your mind, then if you already have a track that you were working on or you have already chosen, then choose one of these options, whichever that may be. And if you don't have a track in mind, then, if you were not given or you have not chosen a track, then just choose the option of your choice, and we will check and we will take a feedback on the same the number of availabilities we have, and then obviously we'll try to allocate that track for you. Otherwise, we'll be allocating another track to you. And there are certain themes under each track, as Praveen sir has already discussed. So make sure that you choose that accordingly. Problem statement. If you have problem statement in mind, because a lot of you have been here since the Chennai or TAC or Hyderabad or Vizag, if you have a problem statement, then yes, feel free to add the problem statement. Project submission will be coming in module 3, right? So as of now, when you enter these details, let's say I'm working on it, or I don't even want to mention that because it's just an optional thing. So what I will do is after program selection, I will just register my track interests. So track interests is this, right? You've chosen the track now, you've chosen the theme, and now you want to just register this portion and exit. You don't want to move ahead to the idea submission, because in idea submission, you will be working on solution PPTs and all of those ideas, all of those things. And to the guys who have submitted their presentations on ground, so in this exercise, in the building phase, we will be enhancing that, right? We'll be going to next level. That was just the extreme basic thing that you did on ground where we gave you the template, right? We'll be amplifying that to a lot of notched up levels. So don't try and just submit that presentation over here, because that won't work. All of you just go and register your track interest and exit. So this is the simple process that you need to follow. All right. And let me just go and address if you have any more questions. Sir, our team size is 4 and I have selected hacker with team. So if you have selected hacker with team, then sir, the fourth member, we will be asking you to, in the fourth member, there are people who would be looking for other team members. So we'll try to get that member in another team. Just make sure that you have chosen where the number of members that you have, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you have chosen 4 over there for us to know. Please share these links on WhatsApp. It's already been shared. I mean, we have already shared it in the chat. Okay, please send the WhatsApp community link in Discord. I am unable to copy the link. Please send the WhatsApp community link. Unable to copy the link. Okay. Just click on it. You'll be able to join it. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so I think that's about it. Okay, yeah, Q&A. What is meant by track? So track is basically in the most let's say simple languages, is just a path which you have to go on to complete a particular challenge. So in hackathons, what happens is basically you are given a problem statement by sponsors. Okay, so let's say over here you have Chingari, you have this Polkadot, and you have Unique Network. So all of these people, these are the sponsors who are working with us to guide you, to teach you, and also build projects on their technology, right? So these sponsors have given you the problem statements, and these problem statements are in short called as tracks. So each of the sponsors has given their tracks that you need to complete, and each of those tracks has certain themes under which you'll be building this project. So that's all that it is. Or can I select, okay, while selecting you are, there is no student option. Or can I select the other option? Yeah, you can definitely select the other option. Is it compulsory to have LinkedIn? It's not compulsory to have LinkedIn, but I mean, try to create a LinkedIn profile, but because it kind of boosts your network in the career zone. Deepak sir, a personal question: will you go for a 6-figure salary or risky entrepreneurship, or the job satisfies your heart? You love more doing it and joyful, and that gives a lot of time to spend your family. Okay, I'll come to this question, but in the end, once we have addressed other questions. I have selected for solo hacker looking for a team, but this is asking for team name and members. So that's okay. You can just go and enter your team, your details, and proceed to the next step. That's fine. Sir, who have been part of Alltech Chennai should again register themselves in website too, or the registration we have done over there is enough. No, you have to. Everybody has to enter in the website. So that what we did in Althack Chennai is just a 7-8 day program, right? We were trying to teach you with the basics and trying to get your heads around the blockchain ecosystem. So, I mean, just understand that it was the first of your stepping stones that you have to follow. So that was basic. We tried to get your inputs, and because all of it happens in such a speeded up way, like everything is on steroids because we have limited time. We have to cope up with so much syllabus and then try to get you to build projects and do the presentation. So it's kind of the entire process is on steroids where we are trying to give you the maximum experience in limited number of days. But this is the straightforward and wholesome way, because this is how we will be tracking your entire progress. So make sure you enter your details in the platform. Changes can be made after selection of the track? See, if you have been given a track, then you have to choose that track. If you don't have given, if you have not been given a track, and you can choose a track later on, we will be allotting a track based on your selection and also the availability of other tracks. So a lot of it is not in your control, basically. So I mean, the track is the last thing that you should be worrying about. Okay, please share these links on WhatsApp. Okay, that's already been discussed. I've selected for, so okay. Any other Q&A? All right, so I'll just come to this question. Will you go for 6-figure salary on risky entrepreneurship, or the job satisfies your heart, you love more doing it and joyful, and that gives a lot of time? So I think it's, I mean, you have figured out all the right questions, I would say. It all depends where you are in your life and how far you are able to do it. But I think anything that is closest to your heart is something that you have to fight for, and that is always the toughest thing to do. But the sooner you start doing that, the sooner you will be able to reach that process. See, I'll give you the simplest examples. We see a lot of people doing these civil exam, trying to compete in the civil examinations, right? UPSCs and all, UPSCs and state PSCs. So what happens is these guys are preparing for 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. I mean, not 10 years. I think 10 years, 6 or 7 years is what the limitation is, or whatever category may be, whatever that case may be. So what I'm trying to say is they are at it continuously. I mean, that is what I'm not saying that is what exactly they want to do, but they are passionate about what they have, the vision that they have in mind, right? So once you are, so this life, right? It's a very interesting thing. So let's say you are in your late teens, or you are uh, closing in on 20 or 21 or higher, or whatever the case may be. So at every stage of every age of your life, the everything that revolves around you, or everything that you revolve around, will have a different context as you grow old, right? So what I would suggest, the best thing that you can do is, at that particular moment, let's say at this particular moment, try to fight for the best thing that you want to do for yourself, right? So what happens is that will get you into the habit of fighting for something that you like to do, right? So job, it could be a job, it could be a exciting, let's say, like I have worked with a lot of NGOs. I mean, that's something that I wanted to do. Journalism, I have worked a lot. I mean, I used to study and I used to do a report for DNA middays and Indian Express, and no, sorry, not Indian Express. This what do you call that? I forgot the name. IBN 7. And when these networks used to be, I mean, right now it's Network 18, but earlier it used to be IBN 17 and 18. So the point is that you have to fight for what you like, and obviously that interest may change over time. But in the present moment, try to be closest to something that you love. And all these questions are exactly appropriate, but it all the context will change with time. So try to do at a particular moment, try to do the best thing that you think will get you the closest to something that you love. Can you explain about theme? All right, so next question is, can you explain about theme in step 6? About theme. Oh yeah, sure. So I think that has quite been that has been covered in depth with Praveen sir. But let me just come back again to that. So we have team details, and then we have program selection. All right, so let's say I have taken Polkadot, right? So Polkadot is kind of an open challenge. If you have the Polkadot option, then you can choose any of these themes here. So these are the themes around which your project will be based, right? It can be around Web3 and tooling. It can be around decentralized finance. It could be around DAO, like Mario Francis was talking about, an NFT. It could be NFT. So, I mean, a lot of these words might you might find them to be extremely jargonish, and they would be new to you, or might not be setting the context, so you don't need to worry about it. We'll be explaining, and not just explaining, we'll be diving into it, all these jargons in the technical sessions that will be starting from 15th, right? So do not worry about it. Similarly, I mean, obviously we have Chingari tag. So you can choose these options, and let's say if you have been given Chingari, right? So the first thing that you will be doing is you'll be setting your I mean, these are 3 level of challenges, right? This is challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, as Praveen has discussed. So once you complete the challenge 1, you'll proceed to challenge 2 and then challenge 3. So it's an entire process. So let's say if you have been given Chingari, then you can start with the basic, the starter, the stage 1 challenge, and then obviously it gives you, I mean, this sets you up for that particular track, and then eventually you'll proceed to the next. I mean, then you don't need to go and update it, because I mean, if you want, you can do that, but I mean that won't be a problem even if you don't later on. But as of now, you just try to choose the first challenge. For example, even for unique, the first challenge is the one which is simpler. Then it proceeds to the intermediate level and then to the advanced level. Okay, let me see. Sir, should all team members register or one person per team? So one person per team has to register, because otherwise you'll be entering the same team names, the same team details. So that's not kind of required, but make sure that when one of you is registering for the whole team, you also add the details of your team members in the team members section, add button, and then add the details of your team members as well. Okay, can you explain about theme in step C that has already been? If I leave session in between due to some reason, later watch it on YouTube, will my attendance be marked? Okay, so that's a very smart question that you have put. So attendance is marked after you have completed a certain number of time limit, right? There's a time limit that you need to complete for your attendance to be marked. So I won't disclose that, because then some of you smart people will start doing that, and I don't want you to miss out on something important. But there is a time limit that has to be achieved for your attendance to be marked for that particular session. Please send all the PPTs displayed at starting of the session. Yes, we will be doing that. I will put it in the CP section of our Discord channel. Is there attendance for session? Yes, every attendance has a session. Every session has an attendance. I have selected for solo hacker looking for a team, but this is asking for team members and team members. Yes, I've already discussed it. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions here. Please send all. Okay, send all PPTs already. Sir, can we leave now? Yes, I think we can end the session over here. If anyone has any other question regarding team formation, then feel free to ask. We'll keep this chat open for another 3 minutes, and then we'll be ending for the day. So, Chennai should register. Yes. Can I select the other option? Sorry, I'm selecting. There is no select option. Yeah. Is it compulsory to have LinkedIn? I mean, I think I've addressed it. It's always better to have a LinkedIn profile. I mean, so you keep updating the stuff that you have been doing, and also increases your network in your career profile. So try to do that and try to connect with people. I mean, your own friends would be there on LinkedIn, so you should do that. Okay, guys, just throw in your questions. We'll be here for another 2 minutes if you have any doubts. Is attendance important in this program? Okay, so interesting question. So if you want to earn the internship certificate, then you have to complete all the modules, right, with the attendance. Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. Yeah, obviously you can miss a couple of sessions in this entire process. That's fine, because you also have other engagements to take care of. That's understood. But you have to try to attend most of the sessions, because that's when you'll get the certifications. But if you don't want to attend the sessions, that's also fine, but you won't be able to build the project, right? And you won't understand anything that we are doing when you are building the project. So obviously it would make no sense. I hope you are getting my point. Okay, is there any stipend for this internship? No, so there's no stipend. There is only the prize pools, which is in thousands So you have to, so it's better than internship. First thing is that you're learning. Second thing is you're building. Third thing, you are opening yourself to amazing blockchain world, right? I mean, I think I was answering to somebody in chat. Can you guarantee internship or stuff like that? I mean, just imagine yourself completing all these 3 modules and in the end creating a real world blockchain project. I mean, yes, I would love to have the internship certificate, but that feat that you will achieve after you complete that project, right? I mean, that's way more extremely important than anything else. And when you complete that, you are anyway becoming eligible for all the prize pools that Praveen sir has discussed over here. So why are you focusing on such a small thing about stipend? I mean, the stipend that you would get in, let's say, 6 months or 1 year, you can get just by completing a good challenge in a hackathon. So focus on that, focus on the skills, focus on the knowledge. I mean, the money will follow. In this Discord section, we can download PPT, sir. So as of now, we'll try to upload, share the PPTs with you today. If not, then tomorrow you will find it in the resources section of the CEP category in the Discord server. What is the name I should give to my team? Okay, so that's something that you will have to brainstorm for yourself. Sorry if I'm asking and already, what is the deadline to produce our project? So, Mario, see, you can start building on the project. Let's say you can create the MVP in next 2 months. And then you can keep continuing working on the other aspects of your project, like the front end, back end, or whatever. So it's actually totally up to you, but we will expect you to do the MVP in, let's say, next 2 months. Sir, I registered as a team. Now for my team members to register, I have to add all the team members. Is those registered also? Yeah, so Karthik, and you, if you are registering on behalf of your team, just make sure that the details of your team members are also put in over there. What is the name? Okay, how do you find your field of interest? Okay, that's a very open-ended question. Let's discuss it on Discord maybe. If you don't have an exact field of interest, then I would suggest that just grab the one closest to something that you like. When will classes start? Okay, we just ended 2 classes. One was before yesterday and one day before yesterday, and there was a quote-unquote class in the start of this session. I think you joined late, and the technical sessions will be starting from 15th. 15th or I think 15. We'll get back to you on Discord. We'll actually share the link with you where you can actually check the latest data on Discord and on WhatsApp. Is it okay? What else? Can every problem solved with the things taught only in these classes? Can every problem solved with the things? So I think you want to ask, can every problems be solved with things that are taught in these classes? I mean, what we are teaching is not something unique. I mean, there is a lot of resources out there. You can just go and learn by yourself, right? But we are trying to just give it to you in a more structured way because we have been working with students for a couple of months in theory, and we have been working with students and developers for a lot of years now. So we kind of know what is required for a student to start their journey and as in become a full-fledged developer. So I mean, if you want to learn, there's innumerable resources out there. You can just go and grab hold of a good YouTube playlist and start learning. It's a free world out there. Is blockchain interesting, sir? Okay, so to be frank, I entered this world about 1.5 years back. I was working on something. I was working with the government in policy and scheme research. So we used to work and build around what kind of policies are working, what kind of are not working. So I come from a very different background. But when I entered this space 1.5 years back, trust me, I was surprised with the kind of depth it has and how exactly it will change the entire world. I mean, you guys have a lot of time in your hand right now to experiment with things, and if anything at all, there are a couple of sectors that you definitely need to be there. Blockchain is one of them. AI ML is one of them. IoT is one of them, right? So these are the three things that you should not leave, because everything, at least the human functional world, will see in the next, let's say, 5 to 7 years, revolutionize, will be around these three sectors, right? So, and that includes the VR and AR. So, I mean, yes, we should. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, even if it's not, it's interesting or not, is a different subject, but it will become quintessential in our lives, and it's always better to have the know-how of how things are functioning around us. Otherwise, all the knowledge that we have will become obsolete. I hope I answered your question. Can every problem solve? Okay, what is the team name? Okay, all right, guys. So I think that is about it. Is there any future for blockchain? I think I touched upon it briefly. Uh, we might have our exam for around 1.5 weeks. Can we see the recording during that time? Yeah, obviously. I mean, you can't jeopardize your exam, but try to rally and cover up as much info as you can whenever you are missing the session. So I have submitted my team member, but it shows pending. Okay, if you are able to go to the next step, then I think it will take it anyway, or maybe there would be something that might be missing. Just make sure that the details are details have been put properly, and it'll just be fine. Do not worry. So can I leave now? We have a question has been answered. Yeah, yeah. You are free to leave now. We are ending the session in next minute. Okay, sir, please don't forget to post the PPT. Yes, sir, we won't. I've already asked my teammate to make sure that we do share the PPTs in the Discord server. All right, guys, thank you so much. Feel free to exit. Please share more information on this WhatsApp rather than Discord. Okay, so Discord is the place where each and every information is out there, right? If you are looking for something specific, just make sure you put the query on Discord. WhatsApp is more of, if we start bombarding messages on WhatsApp, then it becomes kind of very naggish. So we don't want to do that. That's why we avoid putting a lot of info on WhatsApp. So try to use Discord for that. It's a very simple app. You can just go and explore. Don't be wary. I mean, don't be scared or don't be shy of using new technology, because I mean, Discord is the most, I would say, wholesome social media platform out there. I mean, it's a website in itself. It has everything. You can do chats, you can do calls, you can do video calls, you can attend sessions, you can connect with new people, just get on a call with them on our own server, right? So it's an incredible word out there. So don't be shy from using the Discord. And we try to avoid to spam people on WhatsApp messages, because I mean, there are already hundreds of groups out there, so we don't want to just keep hammering you with messages. Sir, I have question unanswered, sir. Sir, please put your question. I have which question was it, Google? Can you paste it again? Continuing with Mr. Chaudhary, we have a lot of question here. Okay, yeah, understood. No, I have addressed it. Even I spoke in length. I think you mean continuing with in order to get internship, the ideas of the team should be different, a sentence of similar meaning. I have addressed it in length. I mean, I don't know why you didn't hear it, but the short answer is you will get an internship certificate if you build a project, and whether or not it is similar to other projects. So, yeah. Yeah, no worries. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a great night. See you all very soon. Just make sure you're connected with us on Discord and WhatsApp, and you'll get more information about the next session on it. Once again, thank you all for joining in. Have a great night.